welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the beautiful landscape of Scotland. And for today's adventure, it's just a random little explore. I'm joined by Highlander 87 out here, and we've basically pulled the car in at the roadside because there's this old track kind of leads in this forest area. It looks almost like an old abandoned quarry or something. So yeah, we're just basically heading up here for a walk. Just to see what we can see. What are you saying? No way. Potentially a burnt out car. And look, there's like some sort of pipe sticking out the ground. What's even going on here, eh? Oh, aye. Yeah, it's a madness, folks. We're just basically heading into a random area to see if there's any cool abandoned history. You know how it is on this channel, we just go out for wee adventures, exploring bits of Scotland that's hardly seen. And look, there's an upside down car over here, like. Check it out, folks, a random Jaguar bag sitting there. It's maybe been out in one of these cars. I'm thinking if this car's here, it's maybe been shifted from the farmer. If it's been burnt out and left down at the lay-by. That's mental, eh? It's just sitting here. It looks burnt out at the back end. Check it out. I think this has been at one time maybe an old scrap heap or something for the farm, because I can see empty oil drums and stuff lying about as well. Look, the engine and stuff still in it. It's been a Peugeot. Anyway, let's keep this adventure going, folks. Look at the wintry scene that we're greeted with on this old forest track. And see this whole area here I believe has been a quarry. Because look, there's a ridge going up there, and I can see it's made of solid stone. Check out this landscape here, folks. It's cool going on adventures in places that you've never been before, because you dinna ken what you're away to see. And it's often mad the wee historical nuggets in Scotland that's just hidden in random places. And the views all around here are just mad. Looking over all the hills, there's almost a haze in the sky in the distance. I think it's just for the freezing conditions. Check it out, folks. Look at this trees. There's two trees here that's just hanging. Full trees, big heavy units, and it looks like this track goes all kind of directions. I was thinking it might double back up towards the quarry area. Check this out, folks. We've just basically followed that track and it's kind of disappeared in the forest, and look, we've come across this stone ridge in the land. And yeah, this whole forest is like a bedrock seam, and I think that's maybe the reason there's like been an old quarry or something at the far side. Maybe that track we followed and came to here. Look at this tree. There's nothing inside it. Wow. Yeah, I wonder where that track originally went then. Check it out, folks. We've come to the edge of the forest to get a bit of visual here over the land and see what we can see. Because there's no sign of where that road ended up. Look, this is like a track, almost. It's maybe a deer path, but it could be gamekeepers. Check it out, folks. On the forest floor here, there's old tyres for like vintage cars. That's like the size of for a Mini. And it's kind of in this random area. Wow, it's mad, folks, the wee nuggets of history that can be hidden in random places. So check this out for a winter scene, folks. We've come around the corner and look, there's this little dam here. A little body of water. I think it is man-made. And sometimes areas like this were created back in the early days of farming. For maybe a farm a mile or two away, they used the water here as a bit of a dam. But also it could be built for shooting, for gamekeeping as well. But yeah, we basically just followed that track up the side of the fence line. And it's cool just to see this. We weren't sure of what could be abandoned. We've often found some cool structures and stuff over the years just by following an old track or whatever. Check it out, folks. We found our second abandoned car on this adventure, and this looks like a proper vintagine. Look at the shape of this. Wow. Look at the shape of this rear wing here. It's like the trees growing up and pushed the frame of the car over. Could be an old Escort, like. Look at this livery here on the door. Aye. Wow, look at that there. The front struts and stuff is still on it. Maybe the engine or whatever's been stripped out of it. Oh, it's had the mirrors on the door as well. I would have to look at a picture of one of those cars and see, kind of compare what I'm seeing. Look, there's the front end. It could be a Capri or an Escort, I'm thinking. Wow, folks, mad little nuggets of history like that. That's what these adventures are all about. We've just basically been going left and right through the forest. We're basically heading back around towards the car. And look at this madness. Just shows you this car's probably been sitting here since this forest was tiny when it was first planted. Check it out, folks. Can you tell from this rear? Look, the livery's got an S on it at the back. So that's a telltale sign. Look, here's the rear window and the quarter panel. It's maybe easier if I turn the camera upside down. It's maybe even been like a field car or whatever for a local farmer. But yeah, there you go, folks. Abandoned history of Scotland, hidden in a forest. And who knows what we'll find next. Check out, folks, look at this piece of land that we are in. It's just got this massive ravine down here. And I think at one time this hill may have been quarried. But we're going to basically head right around and go up this hill here through the forest. And we'll see what we see. We'll see if there's any remains of like a quarry or whatever at the far side. Check this out, folks. We've come around the corner in the forest, or through the trees, and look, there's this old teepee kind of looking thing. Somebody's been chilling out here, camping maybe at one time in this random area in the middle of the forest. It's almost eerie. It's like a teepee. It's like something for a horror film when you walk around the corner though and you see that. The way it's built with the stacks. Wow, what a random find. We're just going straight across the side of this hill basically. We're going as the crow flies. See up to the left, look. That's where we need to go. I can see a ridge of rock, potentially the edge of a quarry. Check it out, folks. There's like a hangout area or something at this quarry. Look, there's another teepee. It's maybe a local or something that's made little huts out of the stacks. This must be like a hangout area, I think. Wow, check this out, folks. We've come to the top of the hill. And look at this mad quarry that we find ourselves in the middle of. It's just random, eh? Look at the size of that cliff face over there. I wasn't even sure what to expect when we came round that corner. I thought it could be a massive deep hole. Look, this is solid stone here. Yeah. Probably quarried and excavated out of here. Wow. It's like there's been somebody camping and had a wee fire. Wow, what sort of area even is this? This is crazy. It's like it's got other stuff piled up in it nowadays. Yeah, there's been a vehicle around recently in the fresh snow. Yeah, I wasn't even sure what to expect. We should go and have a look over there, potentially. We'll go down this ramp here. Yeah, look, it's too slippy today to go down the front of this rock face, but what a madness. It's a total old quarry. You never know what you're going to get on this channel, folks. It's just every time you go around the corner, it's something different. And today we've seen a variation of things. We weren't even sure what we were going to see. There was potential, it could have been like a wee house or whatever, but we just didn't know. So check it out, folks. Look, there's the solid stone cliff face there. And I always promise you the coolest adventures on this channel. We're always just in little like random areas of Scotland here. Obviously we respect like the landowners. We're doing no harm, we're just out for a wee adventure, seeing what history lies within the land. See, this may have actually been really deep and then they've used it for a tap, because that'll be how there's pipes coming out of the ground. Often they would get gases and stuff coming out of the ground when there's a tap, because they cover it over with soil, and that's what this could potentially be. Again, this could be a really deep quarry at one time. Let's head down here. Look, there's other stuff down at this lower level. Look, HGV to be on level hard surface before tipping. Yeah, they must come up here as a dump. Like, this is all like lampposts and stuff. So if you ever wonder where your old lampposts go and stuff when they put the fresh new ones in, folks, here they are. It must be an old council dump within the grounds of an old stone quarry. Yeah. And I think it's been really deep, and then they've filled it up with landfill and then covered it over. And that is insane to see the wee layers of history like that on this adventure as well. Because at one time it would have been a hill, the same as what we were exploring at the start of the video, and then one day they just came and started digging it out. And when they make these big quarries, it changes the landscape so much. It's just mad. All this here at one time has been within the deep hole. And what else could be around here, folks? Let's head on down and have a look. Check out, folks, this whole heap here is actually stuff that's been dumped and tipped, and I can actually see the gate is down at that end. So we're now going to go diagonally back to where the car is. These spontaneous adventures, folks, we never even know what direction we're going to go until we're heading down. But I reckon all this landscape here has been changed at a certain time. Some of this could even be some spoil left from the quarry days. Yeah, look at that. So this has been a serious size of a quarry originally, folks. It was most likely abandoned maybe in like the 40s or the 50s and then used as a landfill. And you can see the old outer edge of the quarry leading right out by that way, and this whole mound that we are standing on has been dumped and tipped and then covered over. Some of it's covered with earth and stones, and each bit you can see where it's been dumped and tipped. And we're just basically picking a route around the edge of here through this extreme landscape. Probably on a winter's day, folks, it's no advice to come the route we've just come over the top of the mounds. There's proper boulders and stuff sticking up. Spiky bushes like you wouldn't believe, check them things out. And then areas of land like this to navigate. So check it out, folks, this is the kind of rock here that there must have been quarrying at a certain time. And I think it's a type of sandstone, or potentially grey sandstone and red sandstone, like, but it's hard to see. It's hard. I'm like leaning over the side of that cliff right there. And even this, it's all been blasted off. At one time a lot higher. I'm not sure if there's a way out at this corner. Original fence lines from the old abandoned quarry. Wow. We're at the top of this incline right now. There's almost a path down here. It'll be a water runoff. So when you see the steepness of this hill here, folks, that we're on, it just lets you know how big this hill once was and how big the quarry must have been originally. There's been a serious amount of stone taken out of there. And look, somebody's made this into a wee hut here as well. They've put some sticks around it. And then they've been sitting in there, but it's a bit scary sitting under a tree like that, because the root could shear off if it's rotten and land on your head. These are some old beech trees, probably on this hill since the days of the quarry. It's been cool as well today to see those like abandoned cars, whatever that is at the far side, maybe an old Escort or whatever. Stuff like that, and other wee nuggets of the land that we saw along the way. That's what it's all about on these spontaneous adventures. Crazy little areas it's hardly seen and hardly documented on YouTube. And I always love exploring a bit of land that I've never been before. Seeing things I've never seen. Look, there's a big pile of tyres or wheels over by this tree as well. Yeah, people dump a lot of stuff, but this is so far from the road, like they've carried them all the way up here. Check it out, folks, it's just crazy the amount of debris sometimes. It's quite a crazy bit of land as well, the shape of it. It's steep and then level and then steep again down the far side. So that's us done a full circuit, folks. We're back round and the car's actually down here. That was the track we originally walked in on. It was mad just to see that variation of things that we've seen. That explains why there's a pipe coming out of the ground in there. It's probably something to do with the landfill at the top of the hill at the big quarry. And that'll be how there's pipes sticking out of the ground all over there. Anyway folks, we're back to the car, so I'm going to end this one here. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Highlander 87, and we'll see you very soon with the next adventure, wherever we end up going.